Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. Dr. Douglas is here, so you know what it is. It's time for Education Matters with Dr. Douglas. How are you today, Dr. Douglas?
I am well, Colette. How are you?
We are so great to have you here. Even though it's virtual, it's okay. We'll get you back here in the studio as soon as we can.
Yeah, I apologize.
No,
busy day.
That's okay. Dr. Douglas, we're talking about a very important topic today, shortages in teaching and support staff. It really seems like every day and every industry is facing a worker shortage. So let's talk about how the teacher shortage is affecting schools right now. I'll tell you, Dr. Douglas, at my daughter's school, she has to take an online science course because they couldn't find an instructor to teach in person. So it really is hitting districts all over.
Yeah, that's not a reflection of the school. It's a reflection of the era that we're in, Colette.
That's right.
And this has been building and brewing over the course of the last decade. As you know, I spent 4 years in the College of Education, 3 years as dean. And in many cases, I felt like I was a recruiter. I felt like I was Tom Izzo or someone out looking for players, in quotes. I was out looking for teacher candidates. And I feel like we made some headway on the margins, but we failed overall to really dent into the critical shortage that is now right on our doorsteps. All grades, all subjects, public and private. It's impacting schools in small ways, frankly, because everyone's stepping up. But the long-term effects of this is going to be very, very challenging. Just like you said for your daughter, the online instruction is a great alternative, but probably it's probably not exactly the substitute that we would all want, right?
That's right.
The class experience is really part of any learning environment. In one case, I know they're looking for a kindergarten teacher. So think about it, if you had a kindergartner going to school, I'm sure that the substitutes and everybody's stepping up to do the best, but the best solution long range is to find kindergarten teaching candidates.
That's true. Dr. Douglas, let's talk about this. If people want to help and work, but they don't have a teaching degree, what are some other job opportunities with the schools that they can check out? I know for one, schools are looking for bus drivers, even parapros as well.
Great point. It's certified and non-certified areas. So today, the options are plentiful. So let's switch first to teaching, the certified areas. There are many ways for people with bachelor's degrees to get teacher certification while they work. At Saginaw Valley State University, we launched an accelerated certification with residency program, or called ACR. We launched that actually 5 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. And it's done very, very well. In fact, in the field now, I'm bumping into candidates that remember me when I was dean and had talked to them when they were thinking about going into teaching. Well, now they are employed, they're teaching, and they're doing great jobs. These alternative certification programs exist more frequently now. There's information available online. In fact, probably arguably you can do much of the coursework online. So I would urge anyone with a bachelor's degree to think about that if they've always thought in the back of their minds that someday they'd like to teach. For someone who maybe is short of the bachelor's degree but still would like to teach, substitute teaching is a great option. There's a critical shortage of substitute teachers right now. The pay has actually jumped in the last several years, and so the pay is not bad. I don't know what it would be for every individual school because it does vary, but typically it's anywhere from $80 to over $100 a day, which is pretty good money, and it's so rewarding beyond the pay, right? So there's ways to get into teaching with, very, I guess, with a little research and with some grit. For undergraduate students, substitute teaching is a great alternative because they've lowered the benchmark, the criteria, from I think it was at one time 90 credit hours. Don't quote me on that, but it was close to a bachelor's degree, and now I think it's down to 60. So you could really be a sophomore in college with 60 or more credit hours and sign up to substitute teach. And then you mentioned the non-certified areas, paraprofessionals, secretaries, bus drivers, the support staff in food service. These areas are really, really in need of great people to step up, either work full or part-time or perhaps substitute.
I love it. Our children interact with them all, so they're all so important and play a vital role in their educational success. And there are so many incentives now as well, Dr. Douglas. So, Dr. Douglas, where can people go for more information if they're interested?
You know, that, again, many options. My personal advice would be to go to your local school.
Okay.
Go to your local school, have a chat with the secretary right at the front desk, or with the principal, or maybe with a teacher that you're acquainted with, and ask what kind of shortages are in existence and how people may step up, either as employees or as volunteers. Playground volunteers are needed, for example. So I would have that chat locally, but there's also information on the web. Many intermediate school districts are housing agencies for substitute teaching portals, so you can find out information about how to become a substitute teacher in a region. So I would urge people to just take that first step, whatever the comfort zone is, and reach out and offer assistance, because the rewards are plentiful.
I love it. As we wind up here and wind down, anything else that you would like to offer as advice?
Just as I've said to many people, I've never regretted my decision to be an educator.
Yes.
It's very rewarding.
It is. Thank you, Dr. Douglas. Again, we appreciate you calling in and for valuable information. Have a wonderful day.
Take care. You too. Stay well.
Thank you, Dr. Douglas. For more information about today's topic, check out the school source page. That's at WNEM.com.